Welcome, SASANS, to this week's episode of SASANS and Dragons. I am Magnus Beasticus, your dungeon master for the evening. Joining me as our adventurers on this adventure, to my bottom left, your bottom right.
I'm Luna, and I'm playing Thunkey Beerbot, a female mountain dwarf druid.
My name is ENZER, and I'm playing Crow, a Warforged, basically a humanoid tree.
If they're watching this, they should know what things are.
Oh, well,
Tree
Warforged.
train, remember.
Monk.
That's it.
Slash monk.
Got a beast knocking at our doors.
Maximus Dominus, Goliath Barbarian, Hercheck Bane.
Rummy the Everliving, Val'raus Invictarii, a male. Protector Aasimar, fighter wizard.
Fighter wizard. When last we left Orin's Obliterate,
Doing his onion night
Right,
voice.
the newly formed Orin's Obliterate, after Tim's departure, and the new addition of Crow, the Warforged present from the Queen herself, who had been protector and task doer of Cumentis, the royal artificer, no longer an official class in D&D. That's how long ago he was incepted. They were on their way to go see Kunbara to gain information on the next task they have at hand. And they were ambushed by a semi-familiar face of a black and gold striped zebra.
It was a giraffe.
Did I say giraffe last time?
No.
It's like, I have to picture her completely different.
No, just picture a zebra, but it's a giraffe.
They were in the
Zebra.
tranquil belladonna system of Orinbel when Cleopatra had come out, proclaiming that there was a bounty on Orin's Obliterate's head for their evil deeds that they had done in the City of Many Paths,
That's
the City of
objective.
Bresh. She is clum to take them in. She has clum.
She's
to
clubbing.
take them
Oh,
in.
she's clubbing in.
For a hefty reward alive, back to Bresh, or a half as hefty reward dead. We find them now, gearing up to fight this lone, massive, 7-foot-tall zebra woman with her lance in one arm and her rounded shield in the other. I would like Orin's Obliterate to roll initiative.
I think we rolled last time. we just
You
roll
did,
again?
but I decided not
I did.
to
I rolled like a
take
natural 19,
your-
but this time I rolled 8.
Who knows
wait,
what
wait,
we
wait,
rolled
wait.
last
16 first
time?
one?
It
16.
doesn't matter.
No.
I have.
Oh,
Okay,
no, where'd it
okay.
go?
I have. Okay.
Did you get a natural one? I think I saw that.
No, that's a 7.
Okay. 1s and 7s, so close, yet so far.
Remember, I have advantage on initiative.
22, not natural.
I hope it's not a natural 22-sided die.
Yeah,
Make no
I
sense.
don't know, I
Can
have
you
one of
share
those,
that?
so.
Yeah, go on
Okay,
your way.
20 to 25.
22, not natural.
22, not natural.
But, it could be natural. The surgery.
With surgery? Yeah. 15 to 20.
I got a 16.
Oh, look at me.
10 to 15.
13.
It's gonna take a while to get used to Tim not being here.
Who's Tim?
Wow.
That stinky smell's gone.
Great. You guys are all in a line, of course.
Proof for one shot. By the giant red.
However, she does go first, and
I did not give you my initiative.
it doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Wait, what was your initiative? Hold on.
Getting used to the tube.
What was your
It
initiative?
was a 1.
Ah, never mind. It does matter.
Shouldn't have said
Because you don't go
Oh.
the first round.
Power down.
Boop, boop, boop. His battery came unloose. Oh crap!
Cleopatra, with her large lance, pushes you to the side and just literally just like, out of the way. And she actually proclaims,
Hey.
Allow me to let you know the full name of the one who hunts you.
Yeah.
I am Cleopatra on Terra,
Uh-huh.
Baroness of Beasts.
Ooh.
and with that, she thrusts her lance forward towards you,
Oh.
Hercheck, going underneath your armpit, pushing you aside, Crow. And she's gonna go ahead and roll to attack.
She gets disadvantage because of my good looks.
Oh, so there's no actual reason. Okay.
Can we at least take a moment to recognize what I'm doing with my 1? I have something prepared.
You can have that prepared 12 seconds from now, in real time.
Thank you.
Okay, so does a 24 hit? Yes, of course it hits. You're
Anybody always like.
going to take my messenger. Okay.
I don't.
You take 7 points of piercing damage. You are not raging. You take 11 points.
I'm gonna use some here. I'm gonna use my stone's endurance.
You take 11 points of fire damage as the tip of her spear ignites upon impact, searing your...
That's-
Wow.
Minus 13.
So we are down to 6 points of damage so far. And you take... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Do one more. It was an original 12 points reduced by 12, so then you take a...
No, reduced by 15.
15?
Yeah.
That adds your
Con.
constitution? Wow, way to go. Okay, so then you take 8 points of fire damage as the spear surges right through you. And...
Used all of those pack stacks, you piece of shit.
Okay, I am. I didn't use all of them. Not yet, anyway.
That's a joke, but
I think when the bing pops up, I'm just gonna show your message to me. And she is going to take her lance out of you and thrust forward once more. Pretty much same roll, 23 this time. We'll do it this way.
Yeah.
You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
As she gets one oblique the first time, you successfully block it, pulling your elbow down. The lance sort of glances off. Then she rears back, pierces the other side of your oblique with it. And as it goes through, almost in between your ribs, you feel this singeing inferno of flame pulse through your system as the entire underside of your oblique lights with 9 points of fire damage. As she takes her lance back out of you,
She gonna attack me again? She gonna one turn me?
we can only hope. But I'm seeing if she does have a bonus action where she can.
What a dick.
Technically, she's 10 feet away from you. She is going to. You will get an opportunity attack. She is going to, as she, the second lance goes through your oblique. She pulls the lance in and tucks under, and rolls into this bush.
Wow.
what?
And you just hear the shuffling of branches and leaves as she disappears. If you want to find her, you will have to expend a bonus action to try and guess where she is. And next up,
Huh? bonus action on my turn?
I'm sorry, you
Or opportunity attack?
you can opportunity attack, yeah.
Right now?
Right now. Yeah. You do you is this your first time attacking in general?
Opportunity attack? Yeah, I like never do that.
It's just your standard attack. Like you can't do anything
So
special, but
I
you can
spend
use
D20. D20.
Hey! Natural 20?
Natural 20.
Wow. You take your scythe and you just
Wait! Can we RP what just happened?
Of course, yeah.
So I rolled a
Oh,
natural
okay.
1.
So I see. As you all notice, as there's this sort of intensity billowing off of Cleopatra before the fight even begins, you see almost as soon as the intensity arrives from her, you see Crow's arms almost go slack and his body straighten up and go stiff, and you see almost this like scrolling along his features of these different runes, just sort of cascading up and down his skin, almost like the Matrix. And it's like this, and he gets pushed to the side very easily. And then, as soon as the second lance goes in between your oblique, and she dodge rolls to the side, you see his body sort of like flare open. The scythe blade comes to, and he.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, do one of those slam the scythe on the ground and the blade pops open right as she tries to dodge roll. Then I grab her with both hands and come down on her.
Slicing her, raking her into the bush as she continues her dodge roll inside. Remember, you double your damage.
Yeah. 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay.
Do you add your dexterity?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh. Sorry.
Squeeble doo boops.
Okay. Next up, let's see. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Okay, 4. Crow, standing victorious, having just slashed her out of dangers, out of sort of like your party's immediate position. You notice this small sort of like chipmunk by your foot, and it looks up at you, and you see its maw go really wide as its teeth get larger and larger, and its head elongates outside of its normal mass, getting taller and taller and taller. Spikes start jutting up out of its back, and
Damn, it's like it's Carnival.
roll a dexterity saving throw. 13. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as a stegosaurus sort of amasses from this small chipmunk figure. And it is going to go ahead and spin around and bash you with its tail. Or it's going to spin around, take its tail up, and slam it right down on top of you. 14 plus 22 definitely hits you, and you will take 1, 6, 12, 15, 16, 21 points of bludgeoning damage as dust and sand and rock fly up from the ground from the impact of the tail. Oh, I'm sorry. 26 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, god damn it. I didn't add her strength to those either. I need to get better at that. Next up, Varkir, you are up. As this massive, ancient creature has now appeared on the battlefield as Cleopatra has disappeared.
So I'm going to cast, I guess, Chromatic Orb at the Stegosaurus. Since I'm in the back there, I'm just gonna, pretty much lob it over everybody. Just
Okay, just like baseball.
yeah, it's a little. I don't know. I forget how big it is. It's a 4-inch diameter sphere, so it's pretty small. It's like a softball. Like,
Yeah, nice.
Magnus.
Is it? Do they roll or do you roll?
so it is a. What is it? A ranged spell attack. So I guess I roll.
Here we go.
Come on, big money, big money.
20% chance, Rummy.
I get a +5. +5 though. Wow.
Yep.
So
20%.
that's 7.
You rolled a 7 total.
Yeah, total it's 7.
The chromatic orb impacts one of the sort of tough shelled layerings of its skeletal sort of fins and just dissipates along its backside.
Oh, well.
You have your bonus action and movement.
I'm going to tell Artemis to keep an eye out for, I guess, the other surprises.
The giraffe.
Okay. Next up is
Oh, I forgot to roll his
Hercheck.
initiative, actually.
Okay, so me clenching my side, I rage.
Okay.
So I stop feeling the pain. And and then I'm gonna use.
Multitude of things that you have. At
I
your
know. I actually
disposal.
forgot one of the things I wanted to use, which was the belt, and that would have helped. I'm gonna use Red Tempest Handle to Zapdos, the squirrel creature.
Okay. Does it roll or do you roll? I forget.
You roll DC 15.
It does not make it.
Sweet. And then
just rolled
it's
a
a
9.
melee attack, so I guess I roll.
Is that? Can you
He
do
has his
bonus
own.
action?
He has his own like initiative. So.
Okay, I fucking hit you. That's 1d4, 3d6. Oh, 6, 8, 11. No, it's 11.
Did you roll a d4 on top of that?
Yeah, because it's 1d4 plus 5, 3d6.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, yeah.
So 18.
18 points of damage. Holding the handle into the air, electrical tendrils combining and creating a pillar crashing down and cascading along the backside of this creature. Next up is Thunkey.
Okay. I wanted to cast Spider Climb on myself,
Okay.
and then I would like to run at the Stegosaurus and start basically running up his tail.
Okay. Okay, that is your action and movement. And we'll put you on top there. What do you have anything you want to do with your bonus action?
Oh yeah, I can use this as a bonus action. For my bonus action, I would like to stab it in the neck with my flame blade.
Okay, go for it. Do you roll to attack or does it
Yeah,
roll?
I roll.
Man, I really need an LED light in my room.
Definitely hits.
Perfect.
You see Thunkey run past Hercheck and Crow and start scampering on the tail, running up its backside. And you see this flame flicker into being, and as soon as it comes into existence, it continues down and slices along the back as Thunkey is still running, just like Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Perfect.
How much damage?
15.
Okay.
It died.
Last of the dinosaurs.
Being hit with electricity and fire, this thing is now just sort of raging. Next up, Barkia, roll a dexterity saving throw as you hear this familiar now to you, this as another chipmunk sort of looks up at you with cute eyes.
Hey!
16.
You take half damage as you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as blue tight leathery skin starts to form off of this creature, and it starts to extend into the air even higher than the Stegosaurus, with its neck continuing to grow as a Brontosaurus now stomps its way. She is the Baroness of Beasts, and it is going to continuing with its growth, go up on 2 hind feet and stomp down on the ground at you. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
It's an herbivore. Watch out.
It's an herbivore. Actually, I apologize. What is your armor class?
16.
You step to the side right before this massive tree trunk of a leg slams down on the ground, pushing soil out to the side. And you can just feel the air rush down along, just like sort of tussle your hair a little bit as the force of this, I don't know, what do you call it? It's not a paw, it's not a hoof.
Like a pleasant
It's a leg?
breeze.
A leg.
I say, what a pleasant breeze that was.
Yeah. And,
Thank you, good man. You can keep going now.
let's see. Crow, roll another dexterity saving throw. 13. You take. Actually, you don't take any damage. This you feel as you're distracted by the Stegosaurus, you feel sort of fur extend along the wood of your leg, the smooth wood of your leg, only up to about mid-thigh, as you're. And a cheetah, you look down. I'm not even sure if most of you would recognize these animals, but this yellow-furred, black-dotted animal with snakes coming out of its head is curled down to the ground in front of you, and it jumps out at you, and it's going to bite attack. The first snap of its jaws, you successfully evade. The second sort of slashing of its paw, you do not successfully evade as you bite, or as it bites, you dodge to one side, it leaps at you and claws down your torso, and you take, wow, that sucks. You take 7 points of slashing damage, and then as its claw leaves the wood of your flesh, the flesh of your wood, and it reels back, the snakes leap at you as well.
The flesh in your wood is being just bitten right now.
and you and almost harmlessly, the teeth just sort of like can't quite pierce your wooden exterior, and it goes back into the defensive position.
Your wood was too
The
tough.
Camadin is what this is called.
It didn't like your wood.
Camadin?
Because I was
Yes.
flexing my wood.
And you are. It would have been Crow's turn, but it is not anymore. And I would like Barkir, roll another dexterity saving throw.
Oh my goodness. This guy's
As
trying
you're-
to kill me. Wow, 11. Wow, I keep rolling 11s.
Can we at least RP another firmware update?
The sun gets, multiple small shadows appear on your position as you look up and you see multiple different metallic shards flying down over you, and it is a barrage of arrows just going.
Wouldn't Artemis have seen that?
Tell me how Artemis would have prevented this at all.
They like warn me that something's coming.
This happens in 6 seconds, so next time, after they land, your bird's gonna be like.
Whoa.
Okay, so 17 points of piercing damage as you are trying to move out of this barrage, but it's just impossible. It's too dense. And next up, Cleopatra is going to hold, and the Stegosaurus is going to go once more, and it's going to spin around. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw. Actually, no, you have the boots of spider climbing. You're fine. It's going to spin around and smash its head into you, Crow. What's your armor class? You just sort of body like water move your abdomen out, and the head just slides along your abdomen as you just cushion the blow enough for the head to glance off. Next up is Varkir.
So I guess I'm going to look at this Stegosaurus, and is it climbable?
So you do have a giant Brontosaurus by you as well, but
I mean, yeah, I was talking about this thing.
yes, it is. Well, I mean, you can try. You're very welcome to
Okay,
attempt
then
to climb it.
I am going to cast jump on myself and jump up to the top of it,
Wow.
or jump up onto its back.
That's quite high.
My jump height is tripled, so
Triple.
Okay, go for it.
we'll see how.
Roll an acrobatics check.
Let's see how this ends with acrobatics in it now. Oh, 19.
19. Yeah, you sort of jump, and you are almost gliding along the length of its neck as it's sort of moving around to try and bite you, and you pass the height of it. And where would you like to land?
Just like on its back, like grabbing like it near its neck, pretty much. So it's like.
Okay, spinning midair, going back down, also skidding along its neck. You wrap your hands around it and slide down, landing right, legs perched on the nape of its neck and arms. Not successfully wrapping all the way around because it's a bit too large for that, but that is the position you're in. You also have a bonus action.
Can I try and do an animal handling check and see if I can talk this guy out of attacking us, maybe? Well, I never mind.
You can try, but I think that the scientific mind of Varkir would understand that this is sort of an ancient creature, and the difference in language and everything.
I do speak giant.
It would be nearly impossible.
So yeah, I'll just grip as tight as I can for the time being, and just.
Okay, Hercheck, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna do over this side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'm gonna get right there, and then I'm gonna fireball the ground.
What?
Let's see. Okay.
You're fireballing the ground?
Yeah.
Hercheck runs past you, runs past the Stegosaurus along the dirt path, reaches his arm up into the air, and makes a fist and slams it down onto the ground.
There's gonna be
Oh, actually.
5th level.
Does that mean that all charges are gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
A natural 20.
Whoa. Okay.
So I don't take any damage.
Oh, yeah, okay. What is the DC for that?
17.
Advent children shit.
Okay, you hear the shuffling of what the hell, bush, right behind you as the explosive radius billows out of your gauntlet, singeing everything. These are just smoking, fiery patches of bush, revealing. What did I use for her? Oh,
Smoky, fiery patches. Of
revealing Cleopatra hidden,
30.
crouching down. 30 points of damage
Chop.
total.
Chop.
She's just like patting her own fur out, partially rolling on the ground, trying to relieve some of the flame that's currently upon her. She did succeed
Feel
her
the
dexterity saving throw. She did succeed her dexterity saving throw, so she takes half as much damage. And you all sort of see this pristine Hercheck at the center of 20
Starlight on
foot
the
radius of destruction, gleaming in the
So you
sunlight.
didn't rocket jump?
No, he didn't. He unloaded all of
There's
the
a crater around me.
charges of burning fingers.
Terminator.
Thunkey, you're up.
I would like to make my way through its these are scales on its back. Those things.
Okay.
And then I would like to make my way to his head,
Okay.
like the top of his head.
Mhm.
And then I would like to stab downwards with my flaming.
I will give you advantage, and you also have another attack, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will give you advantage on both.
Wow. The first one I wanted to do on his head, and then the second one I wanted to do like in his eye.
So so you can pick one of two things. One is the effect will be larger, but the AC will be higher, and you roll a straight roll. The other is the same effect applies as the description of your attacks, but you get advantage. So there's no.
I'll take advantage.
Okay. So both attacks at advantage.
Okay. Okay. It's over 20.
Hits. Roll for the second attack.
Natural 20.
Crow,
Nice.
Crow, you're on deck. Okay. Go ahead and roll regular damage for the first attack.
brains out.
Oh.
As a dancer.
14 for the first one.
Nice.
9 for the second one.
For the critical?
18.
Huh?
18. You double it.
Oh,
But did you already double it?
no.
Let's say 9.
Have you
is not
always
even
been
a-
able to do that? I've
On a-
never
on a-
done that.
On
For a critical?
critical?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I would have told you just double the damage or.
Well, whatever.
All the bosses
Okay.
we would have killed way easier.
As the Stegosaurus has turned around, Thunkey starts running up the side of its neck. Flame blade on the left side of her. Actual axe? What is your weapon of choice?
I was using my flame blade for both of them.
Can you use your flame blade as an actual attack?
It says attack and then it says bonus action.
Wow, there's-
I don't know.
No, so,
I don't think
sorry,
you can.
It is,
Oh.
you use a bonus action to cast the flame blade, like to summon it.
But I did that the last round.
Yeah, so it's a full action to attack with the flame.
Oh, it's a full action to attack.
Yes.
Okay. Then-
Well, then the last one did. Because it takes a full action to cast it.
No, a bonus action to cast
I
it.
mean, yeah.
That's fine. That was my fault. You still have a bonus action then.
No, I already did it. I attacked once with my flame blade, and then my bonus action was attacking again with the flame blade.
Well, as I'm saying, I don't think you can do that.
Read the thing. So we're not just
Okay,
guessing or sending.
Flame
there we
Blade.
go. Jeez.
You evoke a fiery blade in your hand on. It is casting time, 1 bonus action. The blade is similar to shiny shape to a scimitar. It lasts for the duration. If you let go of the flame, it disappears. You can evoke the flame blade again with bonus action. You can use your action to make a melee spell attack with a fiery blade. On hit, the target takes 3d6 fire damage and sheds light. So it is, yeah, it's a bonus action. He's right. It's a bonus action to cast, an action to use. Do you have 2 actions?
I don't think so.
Or do you have 2 attacks? Then you have used your attack with a scimitar, the flame blade. Now you have a bonus action left. Crow, you're next after the next player.
For my bonus action, I guess I'll just position myself near its eye.
Okay.
I don't know what
You
else I
really
can
don't
do.
get another attack at level 5. That's crazy.
The druid, isn't
What's a druid? You sacrifice sort of like spell attack power, or you sacrifice physical attacks for like incredible spells. Okay. Then next up is the Brontosaurus is going to it's going to try the same thing again. Oh no, you're on top of it. It's going to try the same thing to you, Crow. It's you see as you are downloading the combat data running through your system, in front of you gets darker and darker and darker, and the darkness extends as you hear and natural 20, unfortunately. So roll a strength saving throw. And
Tim's coming back sooner than
4,
later.
10, 16, 18,
I'm not familiar, actually.
20, 3, 27, 54 points of bludgeoning damage. As it takes you completely off guard and hits you on the almost square on your shoulders, pressing your neck down into the ground. You feel this incredible crunch. What did you roll on your?
14.
A 14. That's exactly what you had to roll. As it clips your back, it slides down, almost pulping some of the wood within your system, like the equivalent of bones cracking as it slides down into the ground, and you just barely catch yourself and push yourself back up as the breath has been forced. You don't need breath. This is going to take some getting used to, as your systems partially fail and then reconnect.
Like gear slips.
Lots of that lately.
And next up is the cheetah the snake-headed cheetah.
My familiar still has its own turn. but-
Magnus.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
hold on one
Well,
second.
what did it roll for initiative?
It
We'll
rolled
just put them
9.
right at you
Yeah.
after you.
Magnus, just as a monk, anytime I have to make a dex saving throw, the damage is halved, and when I succeed,
It's not a dex saving throw; it's a strength saving throw.
so I take how much damage?
You take 54 points of bludgeoning damage.
Whoa. You see me collapse.
Are you out?
I'm out.
Oh, you're a monk.
Successfully done nothing.
No! Crow! Somebody save him!
Okay. Next up is the Camden and Camadan, and it is going to unleash its snakeheads at you. And
At who?
at Crow. And do you have any defense against poison?
I thought he was immune to it.
No, I'm immune to disease, but I'm resistant against poison.
Okay,
I'm resistant.
No!
that's cocked.
Infested.
And the heads of the snake latch into you, pulse poison into you. You cannot save against it. You have a Constitution. Actually, no. You just two fails happen right now.
Dang.
As you fall unconscious, and the Camadin takes its attack on you. two death saves down. You are now up. Make a death saving throw. You do feel as your eyes are closing, your body starts to become numb. It's now through your consciousness, you feel a even larger lack of feeling sort of course throughout your system.
So, can my bird take its reaction now?
Your bird can.
So I would like to do healing hands through my bird, and have it fly down and grab Crow. Like,
Okay.
Hawk grabs a crow.
We need a piece for your crow though. I'll just do this right here.
So he'll
What was that,
regain
Enzer?
10 hit points because I'm using.
This is a success.
Well, you're healed. You're good.
You have 10 hit points now.
Oh, that brings me over.
So now it is your turn.
Oh, okay.
That was all I had. Use it wisely.
Well, I'm going to.
Artemis is gonna stay on your shoulder for a while.
There are snakes on my embedded in my skin right now.
No, it retracted its snake.
All right.
bodies.
I'm gonna try to basically punch that thing right in the face. You know, I'm gonna try to cut the snake heads off. So I'm gonna go straight for its face with my scythe and try and cut them off.
If you want a specific attack, I would have to raise the DC, or you'd have to attack. Yeah, I'd have to raise the DC.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then is the attack action different from just making a melee attack?
What? Yes. So like the attack action is you have now forfeited doing anything else other than attacking. An attack is like if a monk has multiple attacks, then those multiple attacks go within that attack action. Does that make sense?
So I would like to hit him with the scythe.
Okay.
Is that an attack action?
Yes.
Then I would like to use the attack action, which grants me the ability to basically punch him in the face twice with unarmed strikes.
Okay, do it. Ooh, but you are armed. Or are you
got
saying
two
you
of 'em.
slice down with the scythe and then you go ga ga?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, go for it. So
Yes,
3
sir.
attacks.
Yeah.
Check your master.
The first one is a natural 20.
Well done.
Second one is 16.
What about the
or,
music?
oh, sorry.
It's like epic battle
3.
music.
And then
Am I going insane?
Huh?
Am I going insane? I don't hear anything.
Oh, I guess maybe you are going insane. Sorry, answer.
so 20, 23, not natural. Or,
Natural 20, 23.
and then 10.
Okay. The first 2 hit. The first one definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage and double it.
26.
26 points of damage. Okay.
Oh, wait.
First
that would be
attack,
12.
scythe on the ground. Oh.
Wow.
That's an 8. 8 points.
Eight points of damage.
Wow.
That went from awesome to
I was like, oh.
not so much.
Mm.
You take the scythe and do a full crescent action and cleave all of the snake heads off as around the head of this cheetah so finely that it is now it's a plain old cheetah. and the snake heads are still sort of like nipping at each other before slowly dying.
It looks like he's got like a really bad haircut or something, like, you know, when you shave over like a mole. But like lots of those.
Yeah,
Ew.
except this mole, it's like you cleanly shaved a head that was filled with acne.
Gross.
And it's just like bleeding down the sides, like
Stab.
small little circles. And it looks very embarrassed.
Pus bubbles.
You can see the dab of pink underneath its
And I punch his face once.
Yeah, and then you roll damage for the once punch face.
I just
The once punch face. 7.
Okay, 7 points of damage. And then to add insult to injury, just punch this cheetah.
Bad cheetah.
I go, ew.
Ooh, the completely different voice.
He's already feeling so vulnerable.
Varkir. Actually, no, it wouldn't be you. It would be Hercheck. Roll a dexterity saving throw. As you're.
Do I get advantage?
Yes.
Okay. That is a 15.
15.
15?
It was like on 20, then it rolled back to
Got it.
14.
15. You just barely managed to see the arrows incoming and hold up just like you saw, or sorry, just like what happened with Varkir, just like metal shards are coming down on your location, and you take half of 7. You take 3 points of piercing damage, reduced to 1 point of piercing damage.
Itches.
Yeah, exactly.
Kill this
As some
evil
of them just bounce off of your own sort of toughened, calloused skin. And
Zebra lady. Kill her.
Cleopatra is going to run at you, and she's going to, with her shield in front, lance below, just sort of like, again, her like hooved feet barely leave the ground as she skits forward at unbelievable speed. What's your armor class?
16.
Just barely hits. And you take half of...
I couldn't buy her. Why?
You take 15 reduced to 7 points of piercing damage. And you take the full force of 6, 11, 14 points of fire damage. As she... And then she, with the force of her spear, comes up really close to you and pushes you back 5 feet, and then goes in for another attack. Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, she's going to go for another attack. 18 hits, natural 18 hits, and... Oh, I need to... There we go. I forget what I rolled, but I'll just go with the 3. 3 plus 12 points, reduced to 6 points of piercing damage. And it ignites again, and you take 8, another 13 points of fire damage. That's... she's just beating you, just piercing you with this lance over and over again. Next up, the Stegosaurus is going to use its action to try and throw you off of it. Thunkey, go ahead and roll a strength saving throw. Good luck.
Natural 20.
Wow.
They're just flowing.
It's just going wild, just stomping on the ground, going on its hind feet, yanking its head around back and forth, to and fro, and you are just you're just sort of zoning out, thinking your own thoughts about your new husband and how the beer bread bot is doing. Just casually flying through the air as your nails are dug into the neck of this thing. And next up is Varkir. Hercheck, you're up next after Varkir.
Yep.
I'm looking.
So I would like to grip the
Oh, that's fine. You're not up for a while.
Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Brontosaurus's neck is like find out where its jugular is mainly.
And you'll probably be dead when you come back.
Like find out where its jugular is probably. Like I guess I'm just.
You can spend a bonus action.
I'll do what I'm gonna do. I'm hugging its neck, right? I'm near its side, and I want to cast shocking grasp through my arms, just like.
Okay. Does it roll or do you roll?
I roll. It's like a what do you call it? I think it's a
Attack
attack spell.
roll.
Yeah.
We'll see if you can find that jugular.
I just want to like it's just going through my arms, so I'm just gonna right through him, I guess. So we'll try. Try to remain spell attack. Oh, you have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal on a hit. Oh, he's not wearing metal, so fucking.
Too bad it's not a metal brontosaurus. There's that 20%.
Too bad it's got it. Yeah.
Is that 20%?
You guys would have had it.
A 14.
I think that hits. We'll say due to the success of your landing, it just barely hits.
Wow.
And the fact that it's point blank.
Whoa, okay, so then 2d8, I guess. Sweet.
What I will do, because technically you rolled one below 15,
10. So
I will roll a
10 points of electrical damage.
okay, it takes the full 10 points.
Do you take damage?
And it
No, it's just
doesn't.
something
It sort of shakes its head as this courses through. You get the feeling that it didn't. Not that it was resistant or anything, but it did not sort of affect it too much.
Thick skin. All right.
You have your bonus action and movement.
I would like to. I don't have any bonus actions that I can really do.
And you also have your familiar.
So I am going to just I'm gonna hold my bonus action, I guess, and have my crow. I can't make him attack. I don't think I can make him attack. The only way I can make him attack is through his reaction. But it says he has a talent. He has talent, which is a melee weapon attack.
Yeah, his claws.
So can I just have the crow like go for it, like talent his eyes?
Huh.
Like he's up there.
Yeah, I can. Again, I can increase the AC if you want it to go for its eyes to like blind it.
Yeah, 8 increase the AC.
Okay, go for it. Roll.
It's a
How'd
plus
you get in?
5 to hit.
Oh.
14 plus 5 is 19.
Yeah,
So he
it
does-
successfully. The Brontosaurus will now have disadvantage
Well, he
as.
does 1 slashing damage.
Yeah, that's that one on the smallest, most sensitive part of the Brontosaurus's body. You just see this zip of feathers cross the sky as blood splatters along the ground, and the Brontosaurus reels back as it looks around, and you can see sort of blood pooling from where its healthy eye once was. And has been replaced by a significantly damaged eye. It will now have disadvantage on its attack rolls. Next up, Hercheck. Thunkey, you were after.
Cool. All right. Doing 2 Rekalake attacks on Balake over there.
Okay.
Blocky?
Yeah, Balake. Alright, 14 for the first one. Oh, that's a natural 19 for the first one.
Wait, don't you have brutal critical?
On criticals.
No,
I thought brutal critical was like if it's a 19, you get it still.
That's
That's the fighter.
fighter.
Oh, all right.
Superior.
12 and the natural 20, so we Gucci.
Okay, both hit. Roll damage for the first one.
First one is get out of here. 10 or 12.
You also could have used your reaction with the belt. I want you to remember that.
Oh
for
yeah,
the last
shit,
one.
yeah. 12 points of slashing and 5 points radiant for the first one. And for the second one, 7. Plus 2 to that first one, rage. Don't let me forget that. Stat 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do you want to double the radiant damage as well?
Double everything.
Okay. 10, 12, 14, 16, 32 for the second one.
32. Okay. Okay. The battlescape.
Oh wait, since I did crit, my brutal critical.
Yeah, what does that do?
Well, since it does,
Makes him poop a lot.
yeah, it makes it poop a lot.
Laxative critical.
Ah! Oh! It's everywhere!
Roll one. You can roll 1 additional weapon damage die. So would I just roll this entire thing again?
No, 1 weapon damage die. So what the native die is? I think it does D12.
2d6, which is essentially 1d12.
Oh, and yeah.
5. So 5 additional points for the critical. So 36. Yeah. So like 41.
The battlescape, you see a flash of darkness before it's immediately highlighted by almost this flash of bright light emanating from the Starlight Conqueror. And then Hercheck reels it back one more time. The battlescape darkens almost as though Starlight Conqueror is absorbing the light and releasing it in the next slash of across this zebra's skin as she holds the shield up, and it just slices right in half, sliding from her forearm before the blade cleaves down her midsection. Well done. I might have underestimated you, but I feel it is still in my favor. Thunkey, you're up.
I cough up blood.
I'm
Seriously.
gonna stab the Stegosaurus in the head again. My flame blade.
Okay. Go ahead and roll with advantage since you're aiming for the eye. God damn it.
I'll just lay right here. Get out of my way. Important things. Oh, I'm gonna get up. Fuck that. It's fun.
Over 20.
You got it? This is the most physically focused druid.
$13.
Maybe we should have just multi-classed into Barbarian.
Yeah. That's what I'm considering.
You can't use your spells though.
I mean, she
Aw.
never uses spells in the first place.
And
So.
Yes, I do. I have to use a spell to use my flame blade.
And the next turn we built any rage. and-
having a very calm past 6 seconds on the Stegosaurus's head, it's allowed you to almost with pinpoint accuracy just slowly insert the flame blade into the
Flame
Stegosaurus's eye. Who knows what sort of emotional chemistry is going in your druid mind right now with this action of flaying
I guess I'll cry a little bit.
playing this
I'm
ancient
sorry.
creature, and it also now has disadvantage on its attacks. The Brontosaurus, it's going to attack you again,
Oh.
but it's at disadvantage.
I have no more healings for you, Warforged. So
You only have 1 healing spell. Oh yeah, you're not a cleric anymore. Jeepers
I
Christ.
have no healers.
Got a druid.
What is your AC?
Got a druid. That,
You're so in your weary, revitalized state, you see the shadow again, conscious of exactly what it did last time to you, and you push yourself to the side, and while navigating the sort of snakeless head of the cheetah now, before slamming into the ground, again pushing the soil down, almost creating a crater, and sort of blasting out a radius of dirt in every direction.
Take an additional
Roll a
9 points.
dexterity, strength saving throw.
9 points.
Really?
Yeah.
From what?
We make dexterity saving throw.
So that's a 20, not natural?
You manage to stay on. Brontosaurus, as it reels up into the air, it slams down once more. The Camadin is going to go now with 2 strikes towards you. I will only do 1 strike because at first I did 2 strikes as well as the bite of the snakes, and it can do either or, not both. So, to right my wrong. Does a oh no, it doesn't.
Mammoth bone?
It is, yeah. It sort of jumps back and bites at you, and sort of having this hyper awareness after been at death's door for the first time in a very long time, and just sensitivity to life itself. You quickly just bat the creature out of the way with the heft of your staff, just and just defend yourself against it, and it does not hit. You are up now, Crow, with a giant Brontosaurus on your right side, Camadin on your left side, and Stegosaurus almost staring you in the face.
I'd like to bring my scythe from the ground
Thunkey dies.
and basically swipe up in a circular motion to try and do my best to cut through the Stegosaurus's large neck.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Roll to attack. Yeah.
I don't know if this is like a precision attack that requires a higher AC, but I imagine it's a big ass neck.
It's
Doesn't matter. That's a natural one.
As you're bringing your scythe up, the cheetah just headbutts it to the side, sending it wide in retaliation for avoiding its previous attack. And you have to catch it and right yourself once more. You still have a bonus action and movement should you be brave.
This is really embarrassing. Okay, well then I'm gonna use the Fury of Blows bonus action, which is basically I get to make 2 unarmed strikes at that damn cheetah.
Okay.
Ugly cheetah.
Wow.
Is that another
Alright.
natural one?
Oh God.
12.
Neither hit as it
Woo!
it's in its anger
Jackie
from
Chan.
its makeover that you forcibly gave it. It just stares at you as you throw one fist at it and hit it, and you donk it in the top of the head, and you're like, yeah, and it's just not moving, and it goes, ah!
Look,
And then
guys, my
you
calibration's off.
you throw another fist at it, and it just lifts its chin up a little bit, and it's just staring at you, almost sadly
like a
that
butt.
this
It's like,
thing
what's
before him
wrong
is
with
what's
you?
responsible. You're not Tim anymore.
Oh no, the cheetah.
Oh, yeah.
Give me this really shitty look.
Okay. I guess. You hear Hercheck as the familiar blotting out of the sky happens, and you look at it, and you're familiar with projectile attacks coming at you, ranged weapons, enough to go, shrug your shoulders, and just it impacts right next to you on the side of the ground. Next up is Cleopatra. She is going to... Okay. that might have to be readjusted.
It's pointing directly at Max.
Good job.
I'm like off in the corner.
He's in
over
the
here.
scene as well, but we need to make sure that it's properly corrected. Our dog is kicking the.
Is it good?
Wow. Meh. We'll see. I'll just have to make sure. I have to. I'll just have to pay attention when I'm editing to make sure. Oh, probably me.
Now they can see more of the wall. And our
Outside
house.
a little.
And our house.
That's, you know, the front door area. Welcome. That's as far you're
They
getting.
can never know.
We're not allowed in.
We don't have doors.
No locked doors.
We live in a dungeon.
In the sky. Sky dungeon.
Top of a
This is actually the
star.
war room where we're planning wars here.
Still sort of recovering from Hercheck's blows, she angrily reasserts her efforts and throws 2 more lances at you. She thrusts forward, bringing the weight of her body through with the javelin, or sorry, with the lance. 8 plus 9, 17.
Yeah.
Or sorry. Wow, why can't I do this math right now? 17?
Yeah.
17 points of damage. 12, 15 points of piercing damage.
6, 7.
And
7.
pardon me?
Reduce
Oh, yes, reduced to 7 and 7 points of fire damage. And then for the next attack, she slides through you behind, and then she's going to go for another sort of lunging attack as well.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
No, she's not leaving 5 feet.
She did. Saw it.
11 plus 20. Remember, you have your reaction.
Yeah, I'm going to use it for this one.
9 points of piercing damage with 3 points of fire damage.
Let me see what that is before I'm going to bring that back up. What does it do? What does it do? Yeah, my reaction to absorb half the damage dealt. But I'm gonna do it.
Oh. Okay. Then you take 4 points.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. 9. Oh, geez. 9. So you took 9 piercing, reduced to 4. You're gonna reduce the 4 to 2.
Sure.
Okay. And then you took, yes.
7
3 points of fire damage. 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
For the second one. Okay. So a total of 5 points for the second attack.
Yeah.
The Stegosaurus rolled at disadvantage a 1. Therefore, it's angrily with Thunkey. With Thunkey's flaming blade just sort of billowing fire out of its eye socket, it is just, and it is going to run forward and attack anything it possibly can, slamming,
And dies.
into
Again.
we'll just lay Thunkey like that, slamming. Oh, here, even better. Slamming into the Brontosaurus. And the Brontosaurus is going to take the full force.
I don't get to go.
You don't go yet.
She is attacked.
What?
It's my turn.
Okay. 6, 7. Wow, you guys are unlucky. You rolled 1 6, and the rest are 1s. 3, 4,
Wow, it's
10,
the worst
15
those PAX
points.
dice have ever done.
Max dice. Max dice.
15 points of bludgeoning damage as it slides its shoulder and neck and rakes its skeletal fins along the neck of this Brontosaurus. Next up is Varkir. Then you're familiar, then Hercheck.
So I'm going to take my greatsword and flip it around and stab it into the Brontosaurus' neck? Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
try and push it as far as and then do another one of those as
Ooh.
well. Stab it twice.
Okay.
You get advantage?
No, it's just a normal attack roll. I mean,
It would be hard to get the
Rummy.
man. You guys
so
are
that's 16.
6. Ah, it hits. It hits.
Ah, sweet. The first one hits. And that's going to be that's going to be like a 14.
Get rid of your dice, all of them. Just get rid of all of your dice. They're all bad. Every one of them.
So the 16, if the 16 hits, then it's 2d6s plus 3. Wow. So
Because
3,
victorious
4,
music is playing right now, and
5,
it's
6, 7. So
I would say not.
Yeah,
that
I
would
should probably
be-
put on some really sad music. Put on the Titanic song. Because that's how this is going. Sinking ship.
So it just did 7 points of damage to him.
7 points.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, 7 points of damage to the Brontosaurus. Next up is your familiar, and then Hercheck.
And I am going to have my familiar. What is this one? It is. I guess he's just gonna try and fly down to where what is that thing called? The
Stegosaurus,
cat
Brontosaurus,
thing.
or Camden?
Camden, yeah, he's gonna try and fly and slash the Camden once with his talons.
Okay. Roll to attack.
17 plus 5, I think.
Okay. It's like,
So-
it's meant like a really fat, stupid bird.
Yeah, so yeah, so
That I can
did
evoke
a,
that for you.
So 22.
22 hits for sure.
Awesome. He does 1 point slashing damage.
1 point slashing damage.
1 point damage. He'll fly back to me.
Thunkey.
He has a
Oh.
60 feet for fly speed, for fly like thing.
Thunkey, you're up.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, Hercheck, you're up. My bad.
Well, 2 reckless attacks in your face coming at you. Oh.
Or
Oh.
maybe not.
6, 7, 8. 13 for the first one.
Fails.
Ooh. Oh, God. So 17 for the second one.
Hits.
Sweet. Make a dexterity saving throw.
You need to, roll your way out of there.
5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 points of slashing plus radiant, and then 9 lightning damage or thunder damage.
What was the slashing damage?
Yep. It was. I don't remember now.
What was the radiant damage? Do you remember that?
It was 8.
Okay, then 10 was the slashing
There we
damage.
go. And then 9 if she didn't make the DC.
She actually rolled a natural 20, and she spins around as the lightning strikes in the position where she previously was, and still on one toe, places her foot back down where she was, and then she gets hit by you. Okay. She is sort of like her mohawk mane is looking unkept now. She's looking a little rough, as it were. And the Stegosaurus, also sort of bleeding profusely from its eye, looking quite bad, is going to go ahead and... oh, wait. I'm sorry. The Stegosaurus does not go. It is Thunkey's turn. What the hell was I thinking?
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Just gonna do it again.
Go ahead and roll to attack at advantage.
Okay. So it was over 20.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage. Damage. 6, 11 points of damage. Okay, seeing the elongated neck of the Brontosaurus in front of you, it doesn't just distract you whatsoever, as the Stegosaurus is just pushing its head and back fins into the Brontosaurus. You're just continually, like, take it out, slash it across the head again, cleaving some of its toughened hide off and just slapping against the Brontosaurus's neck. You have a bonus action and movement, I guess.
How close am I to the Brontosaurus?
You are like
Like
within,
they're touching?
Yeah, you're within tickling distance.
Cool. I'm gonna jump from the Stegosaurus to the Brontosaurus neck.
Okay. Make
And
an
I still have a
acrobatics check.
spider climb. Too.
Still make an acrobatics check because they're two moving creatures. Good spider climb right into the bush.
What'd you say, acrobatics?
Mhm.
Please. 13.
You jump off right as the Stegosaurus is like whipping its head back for another attack, and it sort of moves your foot out from under you a little bit and makes you tumble forward as you slide down the Brontosaurus's neck, and you are about at its sort of like left shoulder, maybe like 5 to 7 feet away from the top of its back.
Okay.
Holding on. The Brontosaurus is up next, and I want you at advantage, you regularly, to make a dexterity saving throw, as it is going to attack. It's got to attack you, Crow. This is going to be a tail sweep. That's correct.
I'm resistant to tail.
I'm guessing. Let me just double check. Oh wow. Okay, you're. At its lowest, it rolled a 15. Your armor class is 18. As its tail is sweeping down low to come get you, you hear the moving of dirt, and you just roll your back along, almost like slyly hopping over a car. You just sort of like free run, or however you want to do it, dodge the tail expertly.
Backhand spring.
Anyone? Okay.
Back tuck.
As the tail still, the sometimes concepts in battle in D&D don't quite work well together, and the tail just sweeps over the Camadin, and it rights itself. Next up, yeah. Next up, the Camadin is going to take its 2 attacks on you. Never mind. The first one, it nips at you, and it just pushes its face up against the tail of the Brontosaurus before the tail leaves. Clearly wasn't looking, and this one hits with a 16 plus 3, 19, and you take 9 points of damage as the claw comes at lightning speed and rakes across your wooden frame, peeling sort of like wood shavings off.
Okay.
And
Is it
you
my
are
turn?
yes.
Alright, where's that fucking cheetah?
You do notice that the cheetah is actually, as much as all of the snakes have been cut off its head, it's looking all right. The Stegosaurus is like almost bleeding up against the Brontosaurus, and
Great.
the Brontosaurus looks perfect.
I hate that cheetah. Is there one of my allies within 5 feet of the cheetah?
Yes, I guess.
Great.
Yeah, technically no, but technically yes. Like actually no, but technically yes.
Alright. Well, which enemy has an ally within 5 feet?
All of the enemies do. Oh wait, Thunkey's off. I guess we'll still say yeah. The Brontosaurus has definitely enemies within 5 feet, and the Stegosaurus the cheetah also has, Kamodin also has enemies within 5 feet of it. Actually, all of these do.
I'm going for the cheetah.
Okay.
I want to cut him in half
All right.
with sneak attack involved.
Okay.
And I'm going to use one with the blade. It's a Kensei ability.
Okay.
So I'm at a 3d6.
Wow. All right. Something you probably should have done to begin with.
24.
Yeah, hits, finally. As you hear the western whistle of...
Just see a random black dude with glasses. He's learning. And disappear.
24.
24 points of damage? Really?
I want to slice him in half. That's what I wanna
Is
do.
it actually 24 this time?
Yeah. That's fine.
You're not rolling, d4s on your punches or something? D12s?
You carve through its jaw and up its snout as you now reveal teeth as you shatter them on the way up. Not bisecting his face, but cutting about 3 inches into the meat of its face, just making this thing thoroughly ugly and non-lovable in all forms.
How dare
As it goes, well, I can't do anything. Those voices right now. As blood flies up in the air, but it still rights itself looking at you. Now it looks bad. I mean, just generally and healthily, it looks like it's had better days.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I'm going to run away. But really fast.
Does this negate opportunity attack?
Is he within 5
Because
feet of
you
me?
will have, so the Brontosaurus and the Kamodin will be able to attack you if you run.
Wow.
Brontosaurus is at disadvantage though.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
You want a bonus action, your little punchies?
Yeah, let's bonus action my little punchy right at that damn face. And I'm gonna. I don't know, how many key points can I use in one turn?
I think you can use as many as you want.
Oh great! I'm using another key point to do Fury of Blows, and I'm gonna double punch him right in the face.
Okay.
Right.
This is just like one of those
Do you have to make an attack roll?
meaningful. He does.
So 2 attack rolls.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
10.
Shouldn't you just
10
make-
total.
I think you only have to make one attack. Shouldn't you only have to make one attack roll since Flare of Blows is an attack like itself?
What's 2 unarmed strikes?
But it's counted as one attack, doesn't it?
Doesn't actually talk about that.
Never mind then.
Why you guys don't have any healers?
You have a druid.
I've got a good healing spell.
She's just focused on stabbing.
Yeah, that Brontosaurus
Things.
better go
Like,
down.
She like as the Brontosaurus was about to die, she just leapt off.
But later I can heal, but right now I can't heal anything.
Do I add Dex to unarmed strikes?
I think you can. I think the druid has that, or not
I
the
can only
druid.
give you
The
people 10
monk
points
has
of
that
healing.
ability.
Here.
I'm too lazy to look
Oh
it
yeah,
up right
it
now.
does say I do. 9
Points of damage
Yes,
total
total.
from the natural 20.
Oh, sorry, 18.
You we'll say use your first punch to like fake him out, and then the cheetah backs up and hides a little bit, and then you jump forward and just knock it into the sand, pressing it down, and it's not getting back up, as you have just almost like snapped its neck with this fist of yours. Well done.
I stay in that pose, and I look around. See if anyone's looking. Yeah.
Okay. Now. Same thing, Hercheck. Exact same thing. Oh, meh. Landing right next to you. I actually probably shouldn't be rolling for these. I think it's actually you just roll, but whatever. We'll do it this way.
Clearly there's an archer somewhere.
And now, you, sorry, her, looking into her eyes, they almost flash with this, from normal eyes to going into like hyper slits and getting really wide, and her fur starts to stand on end, and she goes, "Now you will really find out why they call me
Fantastic.
the Baroness of Beasts." And her teeth start to elongate as she starts to get about 1.5 to 2 feet taller. You can hear her skin stretching out as she becomes almost this werewolf type zebra creature, already looking more monstrous and beastly than she did before.
I run.
Probably about that high as well. And she is going to... Actually, she already gets advantage on her attacks. Hits. Hits. And...
Aren't you a 10th level monk?
You
You're
take
immune to poison.
16 points of slashing damage. Piercing damage, I'm sorry.
So 8.
You have 7?
Yes, 8 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage. You remember you have your reaction.
Yup.
And you take...
Using it for the second one.
That's better because, well, actually it's 15, reduced to 7,
Okay.
reduced to 3.
Okay.
And you take... you take 9 points of fire damage.
Hercheck fall to the ground.
Are you raging?
As she stomps her foot into the ground and jumps at you, and where she leapt at you with one full body motion before, it's almost like Achilles' Superman stab. She does it twice in a row, and she catches your body before you fall down to the ground, and she throws you over her shoulder, and she goes, "All of you better throw down your blades now, or I will kill him." That's what her turn is.
But as
Next
as
up-
I fall down, like, she's of the beast, you idiots.
The Stegosaurus is up, and it is going to... You're the only thing on the ground, and it can't see. It's actually, you know what? We'll do this since it's blind. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, wow, you guys are pretty lucky. It rolled a 4, which is the Brontosaurus, and it's 10 plus it hits. 6, I'm sorry, 10, 13, 18, 21, 26 points of bludgeoning damage as it rams its shoulder and again just rakes its hardened fins along its neck. And you can, it's just barely, this scene is happening like in between your legs, Varkir, and right by your face. It's just jing right in front of you, Thunkey. Not looking the best. And the Varkir, you're up.
So if I see Hercheck, I'm going to I guess I'm gonna cast Radiant Soul right now, and I transform, eyes gleaming with 2 incorporeal wings. For 1 minute, I have a fly speed of 30 feet, and once per turn, I can deal an extra 10 radiant damage to a target. I'm gonna fly towards.
Oh, now you want
What's
to
her
attack
name?
her. Oh, now you do.
I was like,
You
I
sure you don't want to
thought you
attack the
guys were
dinosaur that's in
dueling.
perfect
I
condition?
thought you guys were dueling, so I just like I fly over to her and use my action surge to do 2 attacks on her as well.
Wow, okay. Go for it.
Action surge. There it is. So 2 attacks with my greatsword. Wow. Is that gun? Gun? No. So that's a miss for the first one. And a miss for the second one as well.
20% Rummy.
Even as large as this creature has now become, she easily just, for the first one, she lets you sort of impact her hide. She uses her shoulder to guard against it. For the second one, she just ducks her head out of the way and sweeps it across as you sweep over her neck. And next up is make a death saving throw.
Pick a death?
No, yeah, make a death saving throw.
Say like I choose not to die. I made it.
Okay. Thunkey, you're up. You have a lot of spells, Thunkey. I just want to remind you that you have probably quite a hefty sum of spells.
No, you use that flame blade. Stab the thing.
But yeah, never mind. I guess you do Thunkey.
What?
No, I forgot my hawk. I'm gonna
Flame tangle what?
have. So
I mean, yeah. Though the only two other beasts are sort of at war with each other and blinded.
But I thought it was zebra related.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess she's.
But she's like sentient. And I mean, I would really like to do lightning bolt, but everybody's standing next to her. So I mean, it would kill them.
do
all.
it to the dinosaurs that are around you.
Varkir is technically flying in the air, so.
Okay.
One whip
Don't
to,
touch
like,
him.
whip around
But
her.
she is. I guess she couldn't throw her Hercheck over her shoulder, so Hercheck is on the ground. She just like guided his fall down to the ground. We'll say that you are not.
Yeah, how did
Dying?
she even pick me up?
Yeah, that would have taken a full action. She just guided you down onto the ground. We'll say that you're not dying, but you are unconscious. So this will be like 3 Constitution saving throws to see if you can just come back awake. At 3, you'll come back awake. Does that make sense?
Sure, but I'm at 0 hit points.
Yeah, I know. She has her own intentions.
No,
Oh, not you.
she should have
Alright.
realized that prior
Hold
to
on.
killing me.
Hmm?
So it's her fault. She doesn't get to choose whether I die or not.
What are you doing, Thunkey?
Is she on a 5-foot square?
She is.
Okay. I guess I'll make my way over there.
Hmm.
But it's gonna take a second. I'm gonna come around this
Level-
way.
wait, yeah, you're level 12.
Sliding down.
No, we're all
We'll say it
10.
takes
Oh,
5
never
feet
mind.
to slide
It's
down.
11,
Okay.
And then
yeah, like you get 0 punches. You're still raging.
10,
Don't die.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You just barely have line of sight on her.
Do I have a 5-foot line
Yes.
of sight?
We'll say
and it won't touch other people?
yes.
Okay. Then I will cast lightning bolt.
I'm like flying. Like, oh my
Okay.
goodness, she's
Go ahead.
crazy.
Don't miss.
Does she do dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
What is your DC?
16.
She just barely makes it.
Fine.
But still, that's a lot of damage. Damage.
$21.
Reduced.
Oh, no. Wow. Did
Oh, no, that did nothing.
nothing.
Lighting up, coursing out of your fingers, jolting right through her and singeing the bush across from you, and still sort of trickles of lightning dissipate along her skin and hide, and she just looks at you with vicious anger as she turns towards you. And she's again this just large feral creature, not feral, but bestial.
She's in heat. Run.
The Brontosaurus is also blinded in the. I guess it'll be a coin flip as to who it attacks. This for Crow. This for the Stegosaurus. Crow, I'm sorry. Oh, 7. Actually, there's no way. And 5. It's in its blind rage takes its tail and tries to smack in the general direction again, and you just sort of twist over it once more, slamming into the ground, throwing dirt up. The Camadin is dead.
Can you use disengage as an action to run away or no?
You can use it to run away, yes. And Crow, you're now up. As it looks like 2 bloody, monstrous creatures are barely aware of their surroundings and just reaching out at whatever they can attack. Are they easy prey, or is it time to...
Run away. Don't be a fool, Crow. You're a machine. You're smarter than that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Disengage prevents opportunity attack?
It does.
I'll do that one.
It's a full action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll run 45 feet in the opposite.
In the... Oh, wait. Oh, this way?
Or towards Thunkey or towards the other side.
In the opposite direction this way?
Yep.
Okay,
Through the bush.
5... we'll say 15, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
You're off.
Make me peek right over. Yeah, like that.
I'm sorry.
And the Camden is here as well!
Wow. Oh, God.
It's like, hey, you got beat too? Alright. I'm just waiting here.
Okay. Next, you have a bonus action.
Do you have any like darts you can throw?
I actually do. I have out of my finger I can shoot darts.
Can you?
Well, I mean I made that up, but yeah.
You have as a bonus action you can throw
I have
something?
a blowgun as a weapon,
Oh, okay.
and because I'm a Warforged, I decided finger blowgun.
Okay, is it a bonus action?
Yeah, I have a feature that allows me to use that as a ranged. Hold on one second. Let me read it. It's called Kensei Shot. It says use a bonus action on your turn to make a ranged attack with a Kensei weapon. Actually, sorry, one of my Kensei weapons is a blowgun. Deal 1d4 damage.
Got it.
Okay.
Greatest marksman in
Go
the
ahead and
world.
roll that attack. No, you have to roll to attack first.
13.
No, she just sticks up her meaty forearm and it inserts in it.
Oh.
And yeah. But it doesn't do any damage. Okay, Varkir. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
No. 12. If I'm hit by the attack, I want to use Arcane Deflection. So did she hit?
This is not Cleopatra.
Oh.
These are, you hear the
I'm
of arrows.
Still using Arcane Deflection.
Okay, well, it's probably good because it's 13 points of piercing damage, as when you're flying through the air, you see again the sort of sun get blocked out in small specks on the ground
Oh, wait a minute,
and across
that's,
your arms. And what does Arcane Deflection do?
So if I fail a saving throw, I can use my reaction to gain a +2 bonus to AC against an attack, or a +4 bonus to a saving throw for that same attack. So it either misses me all of a sudden, or
It would miss you then.
so yeah. So it misses me then. Now I can only
As
I
you
can't cast spells until the end of the next
Are
turn.
your wings bone or
They're
feather?
feathers now.
Oh, feathers. Okay. As you just sort of spin through them, through the arrows and dip low. I have no idea, sort of cinematically, where you are in the air right now. But
Good.
say that you look up and you use your wings and you just send a gust of wings, sending the arrows just enough spiraling off of their original course.
Trajectory of those.
Being above Cleopatra, you see her look at you, crouch down low.
Oh no.
And you see her muscles bunch in her leg as she has. You also notice a sort of familiar effect, one that you have on yourself currently as well, which is jump.
Oh, crap.
And she points her lance at you. You can see her making like minor adjustments on the tip, and she smiles this toothy bestial grin, and she jumps. She leaps at you into the air. Definitely hits. You are going to take. Actually, she does. You take 14 points of piercing damage. And 7 points of fire damage. As she she explosively leaves the ground, comes up, gets larger and larger right in your face before you can't dodge out of the way in time enough, and she pierces through your shoulder blade and exits. Unfortunately, this is gonna be a very anime moment, because I don't know how she's gonna do a second attack like this other than this way. Sort of like recorrects herself in midair, points the spear downward, and she's going to go for another attack coming on the way down as she exits. 13, yeah, and 2. And the second one flies down and hits you again for 10, 11 points of piercing damage and 5 points of fire damage. Before landing on the ground again, and she goes and looks at you, Thunkey, as well. Does she have anything for bonus action? Nope, that'll be her turn. And next up, the Stegosaurus. Let's see. Nope, just going to attack it. Jesus. 12 just starts attacking the Brontosaurus again for
Massive amounts of damage.
3, 7, 12, 14, 19 points of damage. Just sort of like now spinning around and slamming its tail into the neck, slowly pushing to the side and out of the way. Vark, here, you are now up.
Alright, so I don't know how long this lasts.
And you're familiar. Whatever you want to do with it.
Okay, so what I'm going on, I already used my reaction, so I can't really have him attack with that spell, but I will just
I really don't know who's going to win.
I will do, I guess I'll go down towards Cleopatra and do 2 more swipes with my greatsword.
Okay.
Wow, what is going on with this? I keep every time I try and attack with my greatsword, I get 3s. Okay, well that's a 23. No,
23 to hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
2d6s. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
Oh, plus I'm gonna use the the extra 10 from the Radiant Soul as well.
Oh, okay. You just add 10 to it?
Yeah,
So 11 points of damage
plus 10. Plus 10 Radiant.
plus 10. Okay.
So 21.
Okay. Hercheck, make a death save.
If we're adding Constitution, I make it.
You're not adding Constitution.
You just said we're doing Constitution saving
Oh,
throws.
I thought you forcibly said that you wanted to die.
Well, then I fail.
Thunkey, you're up.
Constitution.
She
Nope.
she is. It's almost as though her
You guys did this.
her muscles are
You had
so
faith in you.
enlarged
You
right
thought
now
you
that
were
when
zero
she
faith in you
moves,
at all,
You
Rummy.
thought you were gonna beat
pushes
In this game,
just,
zero faith.
gouts of blood out of her current wounds right now. She is. It seems like she is suffering in this form, and yeah, she is looking fairly bad.
Okay. Well, I guess I will cast Mass Cure Wounds and bring you back to
Wow,
life.
a healing spell. Look at that.
Now you can't complain about being dead. So
No, I
Fuck.
stay dead.
no, fuck
Stay dead.
you. You're coming back to life.
Wow, you had to use a healing spell. Insane.
Wait,
Wait, yeah. What?
I was waiting for everyone to get within a 30-foot radius of me because he's not doing well, but he's not coming back.
So you can-
over.
Well, I guess yeah, communicating. But yeah, you guys can communicate in the battle or during the battle
I
as
should
well.
have
Like,
earlier
hey,
just
I
been
need
like,
help.
hey, it's a Beastmaster. You should not take on the beasts. that
Yeah, I
have
don't know that. It's a fucking
bajillions of health.
dinosaur.
I'd say everybody
So here
was
we go.
was well preoccupied.
Crap, dinosaur!
Casting
Crap this! Crap that!
Mass Cure Wounds. Where is my... ...22 points of healing to Hercheck. And are you like 30 feet above me?
I'm just
Are you on the
flying.
ground
I don't know
now?
what that means. Like I'm like 5 feet above her, I guess, or 10 feet above her.
She's
so-
standing at about 9 feet tall right now, and he's at about like 9-10 feet. So it gets him.
Okay, I'll get them. And your bird, if your bird needs help.
His bird would have been
Doesn't-
smacked out of existence.
Yeah.
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 If any of you were to look over
What
at
was
me,
it? 21?
you'd,
22?
you'd see my
21.
eyes are glazed over in tree sap.
Like Thunkey, you could have said, "Stick together. I have a plan," or like "Get together. I have a plan," or something like that. Or yeah, I don't know. Like communication is key. You guys, I think you guys are forgetting that you can
No,
vocalize
I'm new to
during.
the party. You know,
You're what?
just waiting for this to happen.
um.
Clicky.
Okay. You have your bonus action, and your movement as well. Okay.
My bonus action is I'm going to hide behind this bush and look menacingly.
Just pull a flame blade out.
Yeah,
Through the bush.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at her.
Brontosaurus is going to do an intelligence cock.
Intelligence cock.
Okay. And it is going to what's its movement? It has an attack distance of 20 feet. And it also has a movement of 30 feet. So 5, 10,
No.
20, 25, 30.
No.
This is a decimated bush.
Run.
And it's still at disadvantage, but it is going to attack you. You better hope it gets low on the next one. And it does. Just uselessly, it's just sort of generalizing where you are based off of what it heard, and it slams its feet down again, and you don't even sort of move from your position. You are It's not that you've given up. It's just that you are like at this point, just like whatever happens, happens. As these giant feet are coming down on you, and they slam right on either side of you, pushing you down a foot as well as all of the earth around you. Yeah, some blood from its eyes falls on your face. Next up,
8.
You hear and Thunkey, the sky blots out. Roll dexterity saving throw.
Find the shade.
A 5.
You take the full 13 points of piercing damage as arrow after arrow, and it's not like full arrows. It's like almost like elongated shrapnel falling down in your position. And next up, she is going to get it. Cleopatra.
Why does it do that? Get it. Why is it licking the floor? Tasty wood. Laminate.
Laminate.
I love laminate.
Well, see how this goes.
We won't.
She is going to, eyes still locked on you, Thunkey, after healing the comrades. She's going to
Right, attack her?
barrel towards you. Yes. Hercheck, you get an attack, and Barkir, you also get an attack.
No.
No, I got a 5.
Hey,
oh,
we rolled the
5
same
plus
thing.
7. Hey. What? No, that's. Yeah. That's 12.
In your sort of barely new revitalized state, you can't quite summon enough strength for this initial attack to penetrate her thick hide. Hercheck and Barkir, you just straight sort of, she ducks underneath your blade, and she is going to come after you, Thunkey. Oh, that definitely hits. And
You don't know that.
what's your armor class?
16.
Both of them hit. She's going to come at you and do the same attack that she did to Hercheck, jumping to the side, knocking the bush out of the way, and just stabbing you.
Hold it right there. I put a trap on that bush, and I made it.
8, 7, 15. Wow, I have not been adding her strength this whole time.
Well, you should probably not start
15.
now, you know?
You make so many
23.
attacks.
23.
How do you not remember?
It's just something that I don't like. I don't know. That's like that's like a player character thing. Sorry.
You could keep thinking like that.
15.
It is a player character
23.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't get added. So 23 points of piercing damage total, and 6, 9, 11 points of fire damage. And as she lands, she takes her knee and brings it to her stomach and kicks you
That's fucking rude.
out of the way 10 feet.
Bye.
Does she get an attack of
and
opportunity?
No, she doesn't. And she runs by this bush, barrels through it, picks something up, throws it over her back, and is running away.
Can I follow her?
Can I
Tell my,
lightning
hawk,
bolt?
tell my hawk to follow her at 50
And
feet in
next
the
up in the turn, we'll say, hold on. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Did she use her bonus action? No, she didn't. She hides as well.
So we can't even see where she went.
You well, if
Passive
you would have
perception
to,
is
you would
11.
have to, yeah, you'd have to. She would either have to not beat your passive perception, which I think that she did. Plus, yeah, she rolled a 20, not natural, on her stealth, and she runs away, ducking and weaving behind bushes and trees, and you lose sight of her. You can pursue if you like, but Sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Yeah.
I'd like to tell my hawk to like watch for her. If you like, look for her.
Okay. Next up is the Stegosaurus. It is also going to just run at the nearest thing it hears, which happens to be Hercheck, because Val'raus is in the air. And it's going to roll to attack you, Hercheck. Ah!
It has advantage on perception.
17
checks.
hits.
It rolls a disadvantage.
You're right. I'm sorry. Thank you. 16. 12, 17, 23.
I'm down.
26, 31 points of bludgeoning damage as it angrily
Oh, you think
takes-
that's angry? I'll wait till I find the guards.
you are feel free to investigate that.
Oh, I will.
Afterwards.
Chris is gonna get murdered.
As it just barrels through Hercheck and knocks him to the side and continues on its way, and sort of like turns around. And next up is Val'raus.
So I'm going to.
I think I got skipped.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you get skipped. You're always before me.
You completely got skipped. We can rewind.
Did I get skipped too?
I mean, nothing. Really
No,
happened.
because you were healed after your death saving throw.
You don't have to rewind. Nothing happened in my area aside from the.
Did you want to get away from that thing before it kills you?
You should come over.
Can I just? What does the dodge? What does dodging do? I mean, it sounds obvious.
Is it
but
uncanny dodge or dodge?
dodge? It says I can use a key point to dodge. That's a bonus action.
Actually, not too sure.
I have to go
Yeah, let me
to
see.
the bathroom really bad though.
We won't be playing too much longer if you can hold it.
You hear that, viewers?
Dodge.
My-
When you take the
you are
dodge
more
action,
important
you
than my
focus
bladder.
entirely on avoiding attacks until the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you see the attacker, and you make the dexterity saving throws with advantage. And you make dexterity saving throws with advantage. You lose this benefit if you are incapacitated or if your speed drops to 0. So you could have, that whole time over there, and with all these massive threats around, you could have just taken the dodge action and then punched. I don't know. Punched and then did a dodge action.
Dodgy, dodgy, punchy, punchy.
I'm gonna say that I was still, fully engaging combat mode, and it takes a while to boot up because I forgot to do my extra attack each turn. So now that
First
Rust
combat.
has been
Downloading
busted.
everything.
Yeah.
As Crow. First combat is Crow.
AOL speeds.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use both of my attacks. I'm gonna try to basically swing my arm around twice with the scythe, trying
Get
to
off the phone.
cut it
Get off the phone.
straight up the middle, chest.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
You're doing like a General Grievous, like spinning the thing around, like.
Natural 20 and 17 or 24.
It's on its last legs enough for me to say its fate is within your hands.
Yeah, I cut him. I basically slice him right open, and there's like a nice chunk cut in it, like the first cut, and the second cut is just like I split its neck to its face. I won't say like I cut the face in half, but there's a gushing, just gaping, gapping slice in his neck.
Okay. The first attack, and it's blinded, almost dumb and dumbfounded form, you slice up, making it up to about halfway up its neck. Blood just, it taking a while for the seam to actually break open and blood to pool down, and you reel your arm back and follow up even larger with at the very tip of the arc in your second attack, you release the scythe and grab it at the very end of its pommel and make it all the way up to its chin and stick the scythe blade into its chin and just splitting, or you split the entire face in half, as now this entire mass is just cut perfectly even from face to sternum, and it's just
Get out of the way!
falling. You only have 1 point.
Yeah, get out of the way!
Yeah.
Well, we'll say that it falls and separates right on either side of you. The neck.
I typically get a bonus. Well, I get like a free unarmed strike when I. So, I'm gonna punch it on the way down.
That's what you do. Its face is not fully split, and you quickly, before the mass of its face comes down to you, you punch one side, ripping it off, and then punch the other side, fully separating it before it waves down and slams on the ground. Now, appropriately on either side of you.
Double side punch.
Nice. Alright, now I'm gonna run full 45 back over in that direction. Where's everybody else?
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what does this head over?
5, 10, 15,
hop.
20.
Just flying around.
30, 35, 45. And next up, you do not hear the sound of the arrows. Cleopatra is going to run.
Is it my turn now?
No, it's. Oh, god damn it! Yeah, you're right. Because I saw his as the last one. Varkir, you are up. Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to take my. I'm flying in the air. I'm going to fly over the Stegosaurus, and I'm going to just go down and just try and slash it once, and then slash it up as I fly back up.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
15 plus, so over 20 it hits. That's the first one. 12 plus 7 is over 20 again. So.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, both hit. Go ahead and roll to attack.
2d6s. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 points for the
Its
first
fate
one.
is in your hands.
So then on the second one, when I come up, I just want to, I guess, just like eviscerate it pretty much. It's like have its guts just back.
Okay, so you just like come down in an arcing slash downward, and then
just, like,
jump up with your wings.
Yeah. And it just,
Sinking your blade deep within its guts, using the force of your wings to thrust the blade up in farther and come arcing out,
Yes.
spilling its guts all over the ground as you are sort of hovering in the air after your boost.
I am the true gore angel.
Blood pouring off of your
I
blade.
can't hear that. I'm dead.
Blood pouring off of your blade, and the Stegosaurus is also dead.
Pour some blood on you, like wake up.
You guys are now officially out of combat, unless you want to pursue Cleopatra.
No,
I'm gonna come over here.
Hercheck, make another dexterity saving
And
throw.
I'm going to
I'm sorry,
cast Mass Cure
Constitution,
Wounds.
or just saving throw. Okay. You are brought back to life, to health, to lifey health.
What way did she run?
She ran in your direction, actually. You saw her barreling through the bushes, sort of like weaving in and out of the trees, and you also saw her form shrink down to her normal form. Theorem.
I tell Artemis to like hang up like 75 feet above the tree line and just peer out because he has advantage on perception that has to do with sight.
Okay, go ahead and roll that. How much health did everybody get back?
Come on.
75 feet, you said?
12 plus 4, so 14, 15. So he's 16, I guess, for perception.
75
Yeah.
feet plus another. No, you You would have
It
to.
was a long shot. It was like, just go.
It would
try
have
and
to
find
report
him.
back to you too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just telepathic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
My outside of her!
Who said that? That wasn't Artemis.
My outside of her!
Jesus.
Bastard!
Banished.
How much health
This
did
is
everybody get
Gilbert
back?
Godfrey kind of
21
honk.
points.
Okay, 21 points of health back to everybody. Your bounty hunter successfully escaped.
So can I, get the dinosaurs? Take their hide.
Make a medicine check.
I have
I'm
animal
too
handling.
ugly to take
Animal handling, yeah. Huh?
dinosaur teeth.
Hey, 7 medicine, I guess. Oh, so 18.
18. What are you specifically going for?
I'm trying to take their thick hides.
Okay, that is going to take multiple hours, if not that's going to take the rest of the day
Oh, well, then I guess I'll just,
into the very late hours of the night.
never mind then.
What are you looking for?
Does that include their spikes on the Stegosaurus's back? Can I cut some off?
No, that would only take like an hour or so. It's
I
still
would
like
like to do
okay. Go ahead and roll
So-
a medicine check.
For that hour, can I take at least a coat-sized portion of skin?
Yeah. Yes.
Hercheck like exhales and like a lot of sweat. I walk over to Thunkey. I kneel down and I give you a really good hug. And I go, "Thank you for saving me."
Pat your head.
I'm gonna join in on that hug. And
And
We'll
then
do a group hug.
and then I find Varkir and I kill the ever-living shit out of him.
Nah, you failed. You failed.
And I find any guard near us and I kill the ever-living shit. I go on a rampage. I kill all the guards in the area.
Do you want to look for the guards?
Not at this moment.
Okay.
Just
I
go
look at it, I'm like, it can't be the year 5000.
But I will.
There's still dinosaurs around.
I'm
You're
gonna
all
go
wrong.
find Kunbara and we're gonna have a little chit chat
You're all
about what's
completely
going on in her city. And
Okay.
no presents.
Okay. What else is everybody doing?
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
Wow. It's been a while since I've conducted combat, so I'm sorry that it took me a while to get back in the action, but that was rough. I think we can all say that.
What are your upload speeds? Download speeds? What are they?
2.0 AOL.
My ISP
Clearly.
sucks.
You want to turn the VPN off?
You're right. Oh, that's what it was. I suggest
Who's streaming?
we maybe practice as a team sometime. Come up with some tactics.
I've heard of these things called the dueling chains. Hmm?
I put my hand on his shoulder. I go, "That's a damn good idea. Welcome
right.
to Orin's Obliterate."
That was the first initiation. We all just tried to fail that purposely. So
Yeah,
see
that
what
was
it's like.
I did well.
that was your test.
I guess I passed then.
We held back all our most
Flying
powerful
colors.
attacks.
You what? Yeah, you clearly did.
I almost died in one fell swoop.
I did die.
Multiple times.
Hooray!
Ooh, my bones.
Each time you get
You're-
back up, it's like a puppet being lifted from the ground.
Well then, it sounds like you guys deserved it though.
No. We never deserved it.
What happened in Bresh?
That is
Are these allegations true?
None of them. I deny all of them.
You don't know. I'm.
But that's
me
why I
and
don't
Thunk-
know.
Well,
I deny them.
I'm the only one. Thunkey didn't. You were there, but you didn't know what happened.
I heard about it and then I saw just the last bits of it as we were leaving.
Well, actually, she.
So,
Right?
you guys
She attacked
actually
me and you.
recapped everything for.
Yeah, you know what happened.
For Crow, it's up to you on what parts you left out or what parts you revealed to him.
Definitely left out on the kid, but being attacked by her, you know about. Just don't know the real reason behind it. Apparently, we smashed the city.
Well, I
What was her
guess it's a
last
good
name?
thing you got away when
Also,
you did.
the wealthy person who had hired her, whose
What?
horse you stole.
What was her name again?
Oh, yeah,
Cleopatra.
boy, that clearly
Did we get a
Varkir
last
stole.
name from her, or was it just
Cleopatra, zebra.
Zebra.
Lady.
Cleopatra Zebra Lady? Very, very unique naming. The
Zebra.
future naming is so
I don't know.
elaborate. I don't
It's
even get it.
Clearly a giraffe.
Obviously.
I'm guessing we should avoid that town then?
Yes.
We're going
we
straight
we
to
actually
Bresh.
have a friend there. We
Now.
need to go see. In the future. Fool. What you know about?
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, I'm serious. We need to go there.
Well, maybe Wool should come to us.
The Vool won't.
Didn't
I
we
don't know.
still mess it up for him?
Maybe.
This is like you remember
Did he go
the
back?
moment. You remember the moment that you were all, or the time that you all had met Oladan in his tower. Vul was not doing so hot because he was chased out of his city. So
Then we just disappeared.
Vul, Quetzal, and Spectromir are who knows where at this point.
Would I actually know who Wool was, since he said he had a reputation?
I don't think so. No. He had a reputation within Bresh, but Vul was not somebody who wanted to be like world-renowned guide.
Are you talking
He
about Quetzal?
he probably purposely wouldn't. You would probably be familiar with Quetzal, not Vul though. If you want to roll a like a history check on what you know about Quetzal, you can, but Vul would not. You wouldn't know much.
That's okay. Alright, well, I say we get some rest.
Yes. Head back to the fancy maid.
And maybe not tell people about this.
No, we need to tell a lot of
This
people about this.
couldn't
Any
skip the
guard I
history
see
books.
on the way back to the fancy maid, I punch. And I tell him, what the fuck? Where did you not hear a Brontosaurus? Stegosaurus? You stego dumbass?
Okay, as you guys make your way back to the fancy main Hercheck, I would like you to roll a perception check, because it seems like you are the one purposely looking out for guards.
14.
I also rolled a 14 for that medicine check. Did I get?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I skipped you. 14, you were looking for the fins?
Yeah.
I'd say when they were sort of like discussing the conversation, you successfully pulled off one of the larger, more prominent fins on the back and one of the smaller fins on the base of the tail.
Cool. As we go into town.
And you guys
as
are just
well.
leaving the corpses where they are?
Yeah.
They're too big.
How big it? No, I can't. Never mind.
Okay. On your way walking back to the fancy main, which is like a 10-minute walk. It's not very far at all. You see...
I burst in and I stab everybody.
What did you roll? 14 for
Yeah.
perception?
Is it Dan?
You actually see tucked in the what is now the sort of halfway in the shadows of a tree, a single guard slumped up against the tree.
Go up to him.
Yes? What happened?
What the fuck happened to you?
What? I don't know. What is Hercheck? Why are you handling me like this? Why am I against this tree?
I take his head and I like aggressively twist it to the dinosaurs. Like that fucking happened.
How did they get in here? Surely this was not on my guard. I am.
You're the only
So
one
perce-
here.
No, there were many with me.
Only one. Where are they?
I don't know. I'm finding myself in this predicament. You're throwing this all upon me. I could not tell you what happened.
Can I do an insight?
Are people okay?
I'm gonna do an
Should I
insight.
sound the alarms?
Inside check.
Okay.
No.
He seems super duper.
I go,
genuine.
yeah. And I to be on the lookout.
You
for
look terrible.
By the fucking giraffe bitch.
Wait, you what?
I'm gonna tell him like send out Ebola for the girl. Cleopatra.
What is her description? What should I report?
Looks like a giant zebra with a giant lance and a shield. Very ferocious.
All right, right away.
I stopped and like, excuse me, could you have some people grab those dinosaurs and bring them to the fancy main, please?
Oh, for the famous Valkyr, yes, we could.
Famous. Yes.
For Orin's Obliterate, I only assume you have honorable intentions with these poor creatures. I'm sorry that this happened to you. I apologize at the... Who is he?
New guy. He's good. Real good.
He's with
Crow.
us.
His name's Crow.
My
Spread the
name is
word.
Crow.
You know, Quenz?
Nice to meet you, Crow.
You know
I look
Quenzel?
forward to your
Not Quenzel.
adventures.
Cumentus. He's one of Cumentus's inventions.
Ah, that Crow.
Friends.
Well, friends. He likes to say friends.
Sex
Well,
pals.
I better report this right away,
Two.
and I'll get a group to gather. Where do you want them put?
Or like the orange obliterator, the what is it called? The fancy main? Yes, put it next to the fancy main, right near the like the stables, pretty much, but not in the stables. I want to keep them away from the animals.
All right, we'll preserve them as best we can. Right, two.
Please.
Again, I'm terribly sorry. You can feel free to report this to Billy, Bobby. Feel free to report this to Bobby. I feel so ashamed indeed. And he's just like mumbling off his failure as he walks
I'm
away.
gonna yell at him. I'm gonna see you in the fucking pits.
Wait a minute. What is your name, guard?
Coffle.
Koffel. Koffel. Come here, Koffel.
Let him go.
There are more important things at stake here, Valkyr, but I'd be a fool to depart when you're about to impart your own knowledge upon me.
I want to grab his hand and then just like prick it once just to see if he's like actually not like doing an illusion or anything like that. Just do one point of damage.
What kind of experiments are you going to do with my blood?
Oh.
Ow!
Yeah.
It's better you do not know.
It says here you're a commoner in your blood. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You've been destined for great things, though. It also says so. Continue.
Give him hope.
And he just runs away. Thank you, Orin's Obliterate. I'm sorry.
Great things.
Pits.
And he just like slumps down after that. Okay, you guys make it back to the fancy main, the base of your base, and we will pick up there
Wait,
next time.
really fast. I did want to take my dinosaur scales to some sort of armory and try to get them made into like shoulder pauldrons.
We're gonna get the rest of the dinosaur later.
You
Oh,
will you
okay,
will
fine.
have. This is more so like the immediate situation that you find yourself in. This is
Okay.
less like, tell me the activities that you're getting done for the day.
Are we resting?
That is up to you. The rest of the group is resting. Yes.
I would like
Yes.
to talk to
If
to
you want to
Thunkey.
say you depart on this adventure before resting or anything, then you can
I'll
take off and we'll
rest.
pick up.
Probably shouldn't go out alone.
I'll rest.
I want to give you a deal. You can have the scales as long as I can get some of the skin to make like a padding for my horse so he doesn't die so
You
easily.
could have the scales. He's allowing you.
Thank you.
No, I don't want any of the scales. You can have all of them if you want.
I
If
will
you don't
take
want
the
some of
scales.
them,
I don't want the skin.
okay.
take the
All I
skin.
want is the tough skin, like tough hide parts to
That
like
makes sense.
cover my horse so
Well,
he
you don't
doesn't
wanna wear
get
the skin,
like
it's tough
destroyed
hide.
and make like maybe some
It's
bags
too
out of
hot.
it and things like that. Some nice traveling
They're
stuff.
large
Perfect.
dinosaurs. I mean, there's enough skin to go around.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting it on my horse, making some bags out of it, things like that.
Okay.
So I
alright.
may even make a coat for you, Hercheck. You have a long flowing dinosaur
I'll
cloak.
kill you.
Yeah.
We're gonna look like Monster Hunter characters.
It's funny, Hercheck didn't have like any problems with Dark Valkyr, and he just hates the new color of Valkyr.
It's like, what? I'm back to my old self. Why are you so angry? I don't get it.
You don't know that you're back to your old self.
This is me. This is me. I don't know who the other person you were talking to, but they weren't
He
me.
was my best friend.
They weren't me.
He was my best friend.
It was me. It
What
was one
was
armed
that
man.
chick with the guy in the chick's body?
The hot chick or whatever.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Rob Schneider.
We will pick up there this time on Assassins and Dragons. Thank you for joining us, Assassins, on this grand adventure of one single battle.
What will
Oh,
happen
man,
next
I
time?
completely
What
failed my quiz.
plans does Cleopatra have in store for these? What plans do they have in store for Cleopatra? What will Kunbara say of this? What is Coltessa up to?
Where
How
are
is
the
Bresh
guards?
faring right now at this
Where's
very moment?
Vool?
Vool. And the Sky Captain of Tomorrow. Find out next time on Sassins
It's on
and
some of
Dragons.
that.
Next time.
Until that next time, Sassins. Until fate brings us together and never stop playing role-playing games.
夜明け生まれ来るものよ決して見失わないで You are you 少女よ今こそ振りほどき立ち上